These walls can talk. Open your mind and listen.
Trailing down these hollow halls, can you hear me? Staring down these story walls, can you see me?
The Randolph County Asylum at various points throughout its long history has served as poor farm, infirmary, and asylum to the people who lived here. This place was a home for people who had no one to care for them, people who need an asylum or a safe place to live where they could get the care they needed. The first asylum in Randolph County was built in 1851. This first asylum was a wooden building situated on a 350-acre farm and housing 19 people, many of whom were either mentally or physically handicapped. At this point in history, there were candles and oil lamps for light and a wood stove for cooking and heat. In 1857, the residents accidentally burned the building to the ground. No one was hurt or killed in the fire. A second building was then built immediately to the south of that burned-out foundation. Within 2 years, a new brick building was erected to house the indigent people of Randolph County. They were able to construct the building in record time with bricks that were fired on site, but they failed to fire the bricks long enough to form a glaze. Within a matter of years, the building began to, for all intents and purposes, melt. Records from the 1880s reveal that residents were putting bedclothes and pillows into holes in the walls to keep out the wind and weather and also to hold the windows in place. The third asylum on the grounds, and the one that still stands today, was built partially on the foundation of the original wooden asylum. That foundation was extended and a new 58,000 square foot, 4-story asylum was finished in late December of 1899. The residents in the second asylum simply packed up their belongings and moved into the new building. From 1899 to 2006, when the asylum closed, there were 1,487 people who called this place home. This includes the residents as well as the superintendents and their families. Over the years, approximately 500 people died at the asylum from a variety of causes, including age, disease, suicide, and murder. Any resident who passed away here and was not claimed by family was laid to rest here on the grounds in an unmarked cemetery.
This is our 20th anniversary investigation. We're spending this at the Randolph Infirmary. We're joined up with RVPRI, team we've worked with countless times before. Great time with them last night. Good to catch up. They drove up from Arkansas, and we came down here to Indiana from Canada. So it looks so far like it's well worth the trip. Hopefully I don't end up in there, stuck. The claims are what they are for the place. We're not paying too deep of attention to it because we know that that changes over time. But some of the names and personalities are confirmed residents this year, and we'll do some specific tests for that. So hopefully you enjoy the video, and hopefully we enjoy the night. All right, so here we start our 20th anniversary tour at Randolph. We're up in the attic currently. It's about, well, it's more than 20 degrees up here in this attic, and it's pretty humid. Outside, we have an incoming storm, and it's about 20 degrees outside, low barometric, storm incoming, overcast. Also factor in up here that we have chirping birds, and it's very wide open. This is a huge, huge space up here. If you're kind enough, would you join one of us here? I can't even see I know that Abby's to my right because I can hear her, but I can't see her. Can you touch Abby? Can you touch me? I get the feeling, you know, the real legend in this building is Doris and Ida, right? I don't get the feeling they'd spend much time up here. But I also ask the question, if your spirit is departed here, are you like landlocked to the area you were familiar with? If one of you is with us, if anybody is with us, speak to, you can speak and our device will hear you. We cannot. You can make some noise. You know, if you could just knock. I don't feel uncomfortable here. I thought I heard something, but I can't be sure that wasn't the roof.
I'm trying to decipher if it's like footsteps, but there was like, after you did the knock, like just one tap.
Oh yeah? There it is. Our host, Ted, said that up here we have a set of eyes that are about 3 feet off the ground, denoting like a 7 or 8 year old girl. Now, I don't know if this is just what somebody had seen, but to the little girl, I'm a grandfather and a father, obviously. I've got a number of daughters and a number more granddaughters. So, you showing yourself to me would be fine. Their grandmother is right here, their mother and aunt is right here. So, we got a lot of granddaughters, a lot of daughters. Will you come over here and talk to us?
So we're sitting here at this table, and there's a little car and a skeleton. If there's a little girl up here, there's toys left up here. Audio in the background next to it. Would the little girl be up here wanting to move these toys or play with them? Are they left up here for you to keep you company? And if you'd like, there's a few of us sitting around the table here, you can come join us. Pull out a chair, sit beside us. You can move the car that's on the table. We're all friendly here. I'm a mom. I would love it if you come sit.
Oh, there's toys.
Toys. I just asked her if she would come play.
Yeah. Please come play.
The car rolls back and forth. You can just fly it right off the table if you want.
That'd be nifty.
That'd be nifty.
If that happened. It'd be totally exciting. But listen to Abby's voice. Come up and tap my shoulder. You don't even have to talk to me. Just tap my shoulder, pull on my shirt. Pull on one of our shirts so we can get that reaction that we can all see. To know that you're there. I am completely exposed. I am defenseless. Come use my energy, come touch my hands. I am not afraid. I'm welcome. Here,
your height. If you are the little girl, then I invite you come talk to me. My name is Dave. I'm from another country. I came down to see you. Let's get right comfortable. I came from another country to come see you. It's a special event, and I want to tell your story. You're playing with us. If that is you, if this is not just our imagination. So, give us something more concrete, more solid, so we know it's not our imagination.
Jesus fuck.
It's the bird. It's fucking standing. It's not you. Jesus fucking. Now you went from the frying pan to the fire. It's not a bat.
It's good. Fuck out of the other day.
Oh, you poor fucker.
Ready to go.
It's over there by the
You're
wall.
standing up.
After spinning that much?
Yeah. You must be dizzy as
You'll
hell.
never get the fuck out of here, though.
No.
He'll be dead. Should I go try to grab him?
I don't know. That was right after you said to do something significant, and that thing went flying.
Yeah.
Yeah, considering it's been stuck up there.
Hours.
Hours.
Alright, well, we'll check on the situation. If it's still fucking there and happening, we'll take him outside. That would do. Yeah, the sheriff. Alright. We tend to think we know about spirit, right? And a lot of the times it's like when we talk about aliens. Aliens are always bipedal, always have two eyes, always have like a little funky nose and a big head for some reason. And they all have like a flying saucer because that's what we've determined, right? And I've long said that with spirit isn't really anything like what we think. You know, we see you as being human form, translucent, you know, but like maybe you're, you know, we don't see you because you're like an electron. You know, you move through wires, you move through conductive material,
Yeah.
right? And you're like an atom size. Or maybe you don't exist.
Can hear like heavy footsteps.
Yeah, your floor work out there. Okay, so we're on the move off those. Third floor of the Randolph Infirmary, and we are in the men's section. Now, something that gave me pause for thought down there. So there's a prison cell here, like a jail cell, holding cell. Now we've done 20 or 30 retirement home, infirmary, hospital, poorhouses. Not one of them had a holding cell. So what what kind of patient were they taking care of here? I mean, obviously, if you know, it's they have to have some kind of personality here to merit having a cell, which, as we discussed, is definitely after building plan. Like it's not an original. Can you make your voice? Can you yell? And my daughter Abby is holding a device that can hear you. And then we could tell your story. So, man, like, so I'm thinking now, as a man, you know, pride. It's one of the things that affects men the most. And you guys must be having a tough time because you're down on your luck. You know, could be the Great Depression era, etc. which really hammered the Midwest. But you're here. Now no longer you can afford to support your family. And if your family's in here with you, because men and women had to be separate, right? So you could be in this room over here, probably sharing it with another guy, and your wife could be on the other side. It's like a prison. I can't imagine you had too much freedom. Did you have freedom? Do you think you can jump up and down? I've never ever seen any form of infirmary or hospital with a holding cell. Maybe a room that they'd lock. Padded room.
Yeah.
I've seen that. But I've never seen a room with a cell though. I'm intrigued to go spend a couple minutes in it. Guess the only place you could sit down really was the oh, there's a chair in here. But little comfort really. I don't feel uncomfortable. Anyway, they talk about ornery spirits or whatever, I don't feel freaked out, sensitive.
For those of you who have husbands here, what was it like to live separated? I'm in the same building but in separate areas. Was it hard that you had all the responsibility of the children? Did you still feel protected while you were in the building? I'm sorry I don't know much about all of you, but I know one of the stuck out to everyone is Lulu. At least on this floor. Lulu, what was it like living here with your children or child? If any of you are here, you can come show us the sign. But the wheelchair beside me, you can push it. Or come sit in one of these cozy rocking chairs.
Lulu. What was it? Lulu was 14 years old. Mom died with stepdad. She was now pregnant with stepdad's child, has been arrested. Lulu had baby girl and kept it. Lulu raped twice and kept them as well. Country took all 3 kids. County took all 3 kids. It's not your fault. We're adopted. Okay, so you're a teenage mom. Something both ladies in this room can compel with. So they took your kids. They took your children. Interesting. Now, is this a story or are you real?
Letters dated for 1913.
1913.
1913.
Those letters?
The one that you just read.
No.
I mean, they obviously didn't have paper, but it does say 1913.
No. There's no way that's over 100 years old. Wrong page. So, let's analyze this. Wrong pen of paper.
Yeah.
And it's written in pen. It's not written in like, what do you wanna call it, like a Schaefer pen, like where it's an ink pen.
Were your babies boys or girls?
Were you scared here, alone, with your child? Being a young mom, I can tell you that was the first thing on my mind always, was that I was scared. I couldn't imagine being in a place like this. You have people surrounding you, but not the support you'd expect.
No, you're a number, you're somebody to be processed, you're a ward of the state. And then your children became wards of the state.
We are on the main floor. I would think that this is probably the most, what's the word? Senior to the facility residents. You know, the ones that would be able to just walk outside, don't have to do stairs. The ones that probably, did more stuff, like, say, Doris. So this would probably be like the preferred floor to be on, I would think. So if there's any gentlemen on this floor, you can follow us. We get to the end, we're gonna sit down and just chew the fat, see if we can get one of you to jump into the conversation.
This is Doris's room.
Yeah, fridge, she was special. You like dolls?
For sure.
Dolls are creepy. But
Hey Doris, can we talk about this nasty scene you don't like?
what's your favorite doll? Ryan? What's your favorite doll? If one of their eyes closed, then I'm leaving. But what's your fave? People bring these to you, I guess, like a gift. We didn't know that. I had stolen one of my grandkids' dolls and brought it to you. Can you make one of these dolls move, please? Darren would love to see one of these dolls lifted up and thrown at him.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Okay. Doris, follow us. Maybe we'll get more out of Ida's room. The toy room. Feel free to leave Noah a note. So what's the story of you, Noah? Doris, we're here. You wanna follow us around the basement, that's fine.
I wanna whip up some green bean casserole. That would be lovely.
Doris, if you wanna talk to this, we'd appreciate it. Obviously, we're gonna hear a lot of rat-a-tat from the vent. So if somebody's with us here, give us a sign you're with us. We're in a basement now, it's creepy, we're in dangerous places. I don't know what to leave for you. I don't really have anything. Well, Ida, if you wanna kinda give us a feeling, like I'm standing here, I'm a male, I guess I'd be an alpha male. But like, let me know, maybe that you don't like me. I don't know. I'm not leaving. Okay. And this is where she hung herself.
Yeah.
Put the broom up there and That doesn't make sense. So if she put a broom up here to hang herself with it, she could have just lashed the pipe with whatever she was gonna hang herself with. So Doris, you have got all kinds of stuff that you can mess with down here. Look at all the stuff on the table. People are crazy about you. Right? So there's lots of respect for you. Lots of people think you're awesome. So, well, let's hear it. Talk to us. Tell us just some logistics. How old were you? Everybody says that you're an age. So, talk to us. It's important to us, though, to tell your story.
What did it feel like to get left behind by your family? I'm sorry to hear about your parents. How did it feel when your siblings left you here?
Did you think, I don't know, like, your sisters left you here? Did they go on to lead successful lives without you? That's cold. Or, did they ever come to see you? Did you ever, you know, you're here for 7 years, did you ever have a boyfriend? At least, maybe somebody was living here?
Good morning. It was a great investigation. Standing down the hallway where Doris is. It was kind of quiet last night, except for a couple little things. Both teams seemed to have a quiet evening, but you know that isn't always the case until we do the audio. Everybody's asleep now. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning, ready for our drive back to Canada. But the Randolph is definitely worth a chance to come investigate this place.